I'm a 25-year-old office worker. Actually, I spent most of my time in a lab. I was a researcher.
So hot. Ugh. Why is the AC off?
And this is Osawa. He joined us about 3 months ago. He was here temporarily. He was from a subsidiary company. Apparently, he was a really good salesman or something. But he was quite the character.
What the? The AC's broken.
It's November. The AC has been turned off. You can only use the heater. They told us that the other day.
What? It's still hot as hell out there. But you wouldn't know that. You get to stay inside all day long.
He was pretty rude, and it wasn't even that hot out there.
It's getting pretty chilly out there.
He was the only one complaining about the heat, and there was more. Every time he came back to the office,
I'm thirsty.
he always asked the new girl to bring him something to drink. But the other day, I was the only one there and he came to me. So?
Do I have to spell it out for you? Bring me something to drink. You guys get to stay inside all day long because of me. Don't forget that.
Was he serious? Who does he think he is? This isn't a cafe. Why don't you go buy your own drink? And the water dispenser is right there.
But you're the woman around here. Do your job.
Seriously? This isn't the 60s anymore. Osawa, he's quite the character, huh? Yep. Yeah, it's pretty annoying to be honest. I wasn't the type to look down on people, but... Does he realize he's from a subsidiary company? He was just so rude. Everyone else at our company was really nice. This made him stand out even more. But the higher-ups seem to like him. That's because they don't have to deal with him every day. To them, he was just a good salesman. Those of us who had to deal with him every day were pretty annoyed by him, but that was about it. Then, one day, I felt a bit sick. I had a lot of work to do, so I went into work anyways, but I felt sick again at the office. I had asthma. It was much worse when I was a kid, but I still needed my inhaler. I grabbed my inhaler from my bag, but then Osawa looked over at me.
What's that?
It's my inhaler for my asthma.
Give me that!
He grabbed my inhaler. Give it back! I tried to grab it, but he threw it on the floor and stepped on it. I didn't know what to do. I can't breathe. I had a spare inhaler and some meds, but I couldn't move. I started to feel really sick.
Osawa, what are you doing?
Someone called 911! My colleagues called 911 for me. I was rushed to the hospital. Luckily, things settled down after a little while. As I rested in the hospital bed, my colleague who called the ambulance for me brought over my stuff. You okay? She seemed really worried about me, but I was relieved to see her. Yeah, thanks for everything. I've always hated Osawa, but I can't believe he did this to you. She sat down next to me and sighed. The nurse was furious when I told her what happened. She yelled at me saying, "What kind of person does that?" I'm sorry to hear that. It wasn't even you who did it. I apologized, but she just smiled and said, "Don't worry about it. Oh, and I told her Osawa wasn't a person to begin with." Seriously? I laughed out loud. There's that smile. I'm gonna ask the manager if you can take the day off tomorrow. But I got a lot of work. It's fine, really. No, you gotta rest. The nurse said so too. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna keep a spare inhaler and some meds at the office from now on. Yeah, good idea. By the way, Osawa's gonna get fired. What? That was fast. He was from a subsidiary company, but still, I wasn't expecting that. It's not decided yet, but they're having a meeting about him right now. The CEO is pissed. He said he can't have people like him working there. And I agree, you could have been killed. True. But they might not reach a decision today. If that happens, he'll begin tomorrow, so more reason you should take the day off tomorrow. I'll talk to the manager, no worries. The thing is, we were a medical equipment manufacturer. We didn't make medicine or anything, but still, it was a lot of responsibility. And we all took pride in our work. We couldn't have guys like him working here. 2 days later. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm all better now. Thank you for everything. I thanked everyone first thing in the morning. My manager was there too. Osawa was nowhere to be seen.
I can't go into details, but Osawa has been fired. We're a medical equipment manufacturer. What he did was unforgivable.
He said a few words after that and ended the morning meeting. That day during lunch break, why did he do that anyways?
Well, from what I heard,
Osawa looked down on employees who worked at the office, and he really hated me, probably because I refused to bring him a drink.
you always stood up to him, so I guess he didn't like you.
Still, that doesn't give him the right to do what he did. I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, everyone in the sales department hated him too.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad everything worked out. So yeah, he lost his job. Things didn't look too good for him.
I saw Osawa at the employment office the other day.
Good riddance. I'm just glad he's out of my life. Time to get back to work.
Thanks for watching! Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Bye!